This video is for the men in the program who are starting to experience what we call the test, right? You've been showing up differently, you're calmer, you're more present, you're more grounded, you're less reactive, and she's now noticing the change, right? There's been a bit more connection lately. She might be sitting a little bit closer to you on the couch or opening up more about her day and telling you things, right? Smiling at you in a way that she hasn't in a very long time. And this is when things feel like that they're finally turning the corner, right? And then the next minute she picks a fight out of nowhere. You didn't forget something important. You didn't raise your voice. There was no obvious trigger. But suddenly she's angry, she's cold, she's distant, maybe even cruel, right? She brings up something that you did years ago, or she makes a dig about your character. And she's talking in absolutes, like it's always been this way. You've never really cared about me, or I'm just wasting my time. And you're sitting there thinking, what the fuck just happened, right? We were doing great. That's exactly the point. Things are going great. What she needs is to know if this is real. Because if she's been hurt before by you or by someone else, she can't just trust the good days. She has to see who you are on the bad days. She has to feel that the new version of you doesn't show up when things are easy, but can hold steady when things are getting hard. And that's what the test is, right? And I know it's not logical, right? And it probably feels a little bit unfair as well, but it's the emotional truth. And the emotional truth is the world that she lives in, right? So what do? Because if you fail the test, if you get defensive, if you storm out of the house, if you shut down, or if you start arguing the facts with her again, she'll feel like everything before that was fake, right? That calm version of you was just a mask. And that underneath it all, you're the same guy who hurt her months ago. But if you pass the test, if you hold your ground without reacting, if you stay calm, if you reflect back to her, understanding instead of escalating, then something really powerful happens. Something clicks in her, and then she starts to trust you again, right? It's not in her head, it's in her body, in her nervous system. She can relax, right? She's in her heart. She feels like, wow, he can really handle me. I can open up again, right? So how do you pass the test? First thing is don't fix, don't prove, don't try and debate. The test isn't about the surface issue, right? Don't argue the details. Don't point out to her all the contradictions that she's making, right? Don't try and control the narrative. Her storm isn't logical, it's emotional. And treat it that way. Validate her experience. Even if you disagree with what she's saying, meet her with your own presence, right? Try saying things like, hey, that must be really hard for you. Or, I'm sorry I hurt your feelings that way, right? And don't do it as a tactic, but it's a reflection of your growth, right? Don't lose your cool. And she's going to try and press every one of your buttons, right? She'll try and go after your insecurities, right? She knows your insecurities. But what she really wants to know is, where is his breaking point? And your job is not to have one, or at least not to show it to her, right? Stay centered, be the lighthouse, right? And this is your metaphor. The storms will come and her emotions are going to rage, but your job is to still stay strong and steady, right? She's not looking for you to calm her storm. She's looking to see if you're going to get wrapped up in it, right? And here's what happens next if you pass, right? And it might not be immediate. It may be not that night, but soon enough, she's going to soften and you'll feel it, right? She might cuddle you in bed, or she might make a joke with you, or she might initiate intimacy, right? She might look you and say that you're different. And it's not because you said all the right things, but it's because you didn't crumble, right? You didn't become that little boy that's afraid of her, right? You stayed the man. And that's where the real healing begins, right? And I know it's uncomfortable, but it's emotional, it's messy, And it's also sacred because the test isn't just a test of your behavior, it's a test of your integrity, of your strength, of your masculinity. And if you pass it, she's going to feel safer than she's ever felt safer with you. So the next time that she does lash out, or she pulls away, or she throws emotional fireballs at you, just remember that this is an opportunity for you to show your strength. It's a doorway for you to walk through as the new man, and watch how she opens up on the other side of that door.